What's up, fam? What's up? Give me just one moment. I'm not going to hold you on here very long. I just feel led to speak just a little bit. And it's about, non-forfeiture. And that, to me, is not giving up things that you should be in charge of. This has nothing to do with just finances. It has everything to do with your normal day-to-day life. And to a bigger degree, it has everything to do with living a holistic life. As a society, we have to learn to take accountability for our things and stop giving them to other people. Stop forfeiting our rights, our jobs, our tasks, our responsibilities to other people. The reason for this is when they don't do the job that we want them to do, or they do a totally different job, we find ourselves upset and we find ourselves in a worse predicament or situation than we would have been if we would have just taken the time to do it ourselves. I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole with everybody, but we're going to talk about going to the doctor. We're going to go about doing a job, and we're going to go into just your own sense of your own spiritual journey. You go to the doctor, and what you're doing is you're forfeiting your responsibility to learn for yourself. You're forfeiting your own ability to heal yourself. You're giving people your power that you should maintain and retain for yourself. Understand that. Everything, all the knowledge that you have, we live in the age of information. Quite literally, it's the age of information. Information is everywhere. Everywhere. And there's a lot of false information too. But if you really want stuff, if you really want things, if you really want more success, more happiness, if you want that internal power, if you want to be as independent as you say you want to be, you got to put in some effort to learn these things. Learn about the body. Learn about food. Learn about energy, learn about health, learn about these things so that you're not continually forfeiting your own powers and your own rights over to other people that may or may not have your best interest at heart, or may not have the knowledge base that is sufficient to do the job that you're asking them to do. When it goes to your business, when it goes to a job, or if you're a business owner and you're trying to get a job done, if you could do it yourself, and I'm not talking about efficiency right now, if you could do it yourself, you should probably do it. At least do it at the beginning. Why? So you understand what a good job looks like and what your own standards are and the effort that is required to meet that standard. Do it yourself first. And then if you want to, you can maybe give that off to somebody. I don't recommend that, maybe for the business sense, but just this is a holistic talk right now. I don't recommend giving anything that you could do yourself to other people. You have to retain your own power. You have to retain your own sovereignty. And the only way to do that is to do things yourself. I find that we live in an age of information, but we also live in an age of comfortability where we all want to be comfortable. That's all we want to do is we want to be comfortable. We want to a degree, we want to be more lazy. But we got to stop it, because when you try to stay too comfortable, you're forfeiting power to people. You're giving your energy to other people. You're giving your power to other people. Then you look at yourself and wonder why you're not happy with life. It's because you gave it to them. You gave it away. And when we're talking about your spiritual journey, you're going down your path and everything like that, you got to find teachers, but you also have to do the work yourself. You got to read the literatures. You got to read the text. You got to buy the books. You got to spend the time practicing. You got to spend the time meditating. You got to do the whatever energy cultivation work you do. You got to do it. You got to stop depending on other people's knowledge to fill you up. So when it goes to forfeiting certain things to other people, you shouldn't be giving anything to other people. If anything, you use their knowledge base as a starting point for your research journey. I'm sorry, y'all. I got frustrated today. I was talking to a friend of mine about what I'm attempting to do, and we were discussing a little bit of how we are in the state of our society. And a big chunk of it is we've given our energy and powers to other people that don't have our best interests at heart, and then we look around and wonder why we're in chaos. I don't care. I'm going to be the taboo person. We talk about religion. I'm going to talk about Christianity because that's the religion I know the most about. The reason that so many people were led astray with it, and I'm not going to attest or detest the validity of it, but so many people were that were led astray from it is because they didn't even read the Bible at the beginning. They were trusting the pastor, the pope, the preacher to tell them the word instead of reading the word themselves. And that theme is a common theme with different variations in today's society. We keep depending on somebody else's stuff and we don't fact check them. We don't test it for ourselves. And one of the biggest things that I'm noticing, and I don't mean to just, point out problems. I'm definitely going to give y'all a solution. But one of the biggest things that I see is that if we don't like what somebody says, instead of fact checking it for ourselves, what we do is we ask somebody else and borrow their knowledge to fight the other person. And lo and behold, we don't know nothing. We still didn't take the time to learn what it is that we're talking about. We don't take the time to actually be knowledgeable about the things that we want to debate people on. You have to take the time. We got to stop giving it to other people, man. Non-forfeiture. Stop giving stuff over. You're here for a reason. We're here in this life for a reason. And that reason is not to be passive, it's to be active. We're here to create, we're here to do by your own will. And you got to recognize what I mean at the end, by your own will. You have to figure stuff out. You have to do the work. You got to do the exercises. You got to do the stuff. Yeah, brother. Show them how to. You got to do the work, y'all. But we keep giving it away. We keep giving it to other people. Reclaim your power. Right now is the ideal time to reclaim your power on all levels, physical, mental, and spiritual. And I'm going to let you know, the reason that we're in disarray as well is because we've done this thing of compartmentalizing where things are and where things go. Compartmentalizing is separating things into different boxes and acting as if they're not related, but they're all related. They all go together. You can't cut it up and act like, well, that has no tie to this and this has no tie to that. They all go together, spirit, mental, and physical. So when you're not feeling good upstairs, it's probably because your body is not feeling good and you're also probably disconnected in the spiritual aspect. Or if you're feeling disconnected in the spiritual aspect, you're probably discombobulated in the mental aspect, and your body's probably discombobulated as well. It's not always just what's on the outside, but it's what's on the inside as well. We have to realize this, y'all, and you can't give parts of yourself away because by essence, you're giving all of you away. Recognize that, y'all, it's important that we reclaim our true sovereignty, true independence, and we move from independence to interdependence. This is a very big step for a lot of people, and we don't recognize it because a lot of people don't go independent, they go dependent or codependent. We have to become independent and then become interdependent. What do I mean by that? We got to take our power back so we know to do it ourselves. I did not have the best relationship with my dad, but one thing he taught me is, son, learn how to cook. I know it's crazy. I know it's simple, but learn how to cook. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because I see a lot of people staying in relationships because the other person caters to them or they fulfill a need that they themselves can't fulfill. We forfeit power to other people and then we become dependent on the other person because we can't fulfill that gap if they leave. That is the big issue when it comes to forfeiting things. You become lazier and lazier and lazier, and then you become incapable of doing these things. And once you become incapable, you're forced to depend on other people. You're forced to subject yourself to other people's stuff because you can't do it yourself. And that's, again, why we're here today. You keep going to the doctor trying to figure out what's wrong with you when you could really read some holistic books and really figure it out, or at least start working on a remedy. But you keep asking somebody else to figure out what's wrong with you. You got all these things going on. You ask 20 million questions without actually learning for yourself and practicing and applying the things that you learn. You keep saying that, you want to have a connection with God, the Most High, the Creator, but you're not even meditating. You're not doing the things that you said you're going to do, but instead you keep depending on somebody else's knowledge or somebody else's perspective for your own life, and you can't do that to live a fulfilled life. You can't do it, y'all. You got to stop giving away your power. You have to retain the power. That's independence. And then you become interdependent. I'm going to tell you what the difference is between dependent and interdependent. Interdependent is an agreement that you do a certain skill or a service or an act, and I will do one as well, and we work together. It's symbiosis. We work together. It's not parasitical where I'm leeching off of you. The big thing with interdependence is you could also do the thing that you're asking them to do. It's just more efficient for you to hand it off, for them to do something, and they hand you something so you could do something. It's leveraging people's strengths. That's what interdependence is really about. It's about becoming powerful together. So in order to be powerful together, you got to be powerful individually first. And you can't be powerful individually if you keep forfeiting over your powers, your rights, your energy, your time, your attention, your awareness. If we wish to elevate ourselves as a society, and if people out there saying, I can only focus on me, you sure can only focus on you, but you got to see the bigger picture. You're part of the whole. You are part of the whole. The people that are waking up first, the people that are more conscious, are in charge of enlightening the rest of the people, are in charge of helping the rest of the people. That's what we're here to do, whether it's be a model or not, whether it's be a model or be direct hands-on. You're here to be independent, but then we become interdependent because that's how you become stronger. They say the sum is greater than the parts. I think something like that. Basically, one and one together individually are not greater than one and one working together. It's exponential power. And that's where we have to head if we really wish to excel, if we really wish to grow in this life. If we really wish to get to where we really can be as humans, as our human potential, individually and collectively, we have to, one, reclaim our power again, completely independent, sovereign-like, and then we become interdependent as a collective, working together powerfully. But it won't happen if everybody keeps trying to forfeit their power. And I'm going to harp that. Stop forfeiting your power. Take it back. Take it back. Piece by piece, inch by inch, take back your power. Learn to do things on your own. And it's okay if you don't know everything right now. I think that's the biggest hindrance. People say, well, I don't know where to start. Start anywhere, but just start. YouTube, y'all. YouTube things. Find somebody in your local area and ask them. You'll be so surprised when people have an expertise that they want to teach people. They like that. Clearly, if you're an expert, you like what you do. Typically, I say typically. But if you're an expert at something, you like what you do. You're passionate about what you do. So what do? If you find a random person like, hey, can you show me how to do this? No problem, student. Of course I can. And sometimes it costs you and sometimes it doesn't. But, if you really want to learn these things, just do them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's never a perfect time to do a great thing. 100%. Ain't nothing perfect in life. It's just the now. It's just the present. But I felt led to just get on here and talk for a little bit, y'all. Take back your power. And put in the effort. Put in the work. It's not going to be easy to reclaim the power that you've been giving away. You're going to have to go through certain things. You may have emotional purges, spiritual purges, physical purges. You might have to cut off some friends. You might have to cut off some family members. You might have to stop going to certain places. You might have to stop doing certain things. You might have to stop whatever the case it may be. It costs to elevate because you got to let things go. And that's okay. You gotta really accept that fact. If you can accept that fact, you will go a lot further in life because you'll stop being so stop being so attached to things. The idea is to stay connected. See the connection? But you ain't got to stay attached to it. You ain't got to hold on to it. All right, fam? Stop giving up your power. Stop forfeiting things. Become a non-forfeiture expert. I ain't giving up nothing. I'm not giving up nothing that is within me. That is my natural born right. I got a few things that I'm working on right now. I want to help everybody get to that stage where, they reclaim their power again on all levels. On all levels. But it's going to start with the mental attitude. You got to reclaim your mind first. Become a free thinker. It doesn't matter if people like you or not. It doesn't matter if people agree with you or not. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you do things your way. You have to do things your way because you were made a specific way for a specific reason. You have a purpose. That's why you're here. Living your purpose, living your calling, living your mind, living your own perspective. I won't say stay stuck, but have your own perspective and grow up from there. All right, y'all. I'm done. Love, light, peace.